So we had a customer call and they had yellow jackets coming up underneath their deck. And you can see here that we're all the way underneath the deck. So what she was seeing was the yellow jackets flying under a board on her deck. So if I'm underneath here and we move the bag and the 2x4, and what do we see is the top of the yellow, or the top of the paper nest here. There's a little yellow jacket there. So a lot of debris and stuff, and these yellow jackets had decided to make their nest under the ground, under the soil, as opposed to in the structure or something like that. So we'll just kind of move some of the soil around. I just use a flat scraper here just to expose the nest, and you can see that they built it right into the loose soil there. And you can still see some yellow jackets flying around. So this video was made maybe the middle of July. And so the nest isn't absolutely huge yet. They're still in they're building up all their numbers phase here. So we could see it's a 3-tier cone. Lots of dead yellow jackets in there because I've already did the treatment. I applied a aerosol insecticide into the opening right before I moved the bag and started the video here. Yep, so we can just see this is a nice little nest that they made. We're still having the flyers that were out and about come back and say, hey, whoa, wait a minute, why is my nest open? And the reason she called us is she kept spraying that area there. She said she went through 5 or 6 cans of spray, and she's like, I feel like I'm not getting to the nest. Well, yeah, no kidding. She could have kept spraying that area there and never would have reached that nest. Now, this isn't a yellow jacket nest here. This is actually a little bald-faced hornet nest, but I thought it was kind of neat just to show you the paper intricacies of the paper nest here. That's some of the brood cell. This was actually on one of the neighbors' houses that we took down while we were out there too, but I just think that's super neat how it looks straight down into the nest, from the inside the nest looking outside. So if we were one of the bald-faced hornets, this would be looking like, looking to the outside world. So now this is the actual yellow jacket brood cells that we took out from underground underneath the deck there. And that one yellow jacket you see there, he's the one that just emerged from the nest. So he wasn't one of the flyers or one of the ones in there. He actually just emerged. So if we look at this nest here, I mean, yeah, that guy's just brand new to the world, just hatched. You can see some of the other larvae here. So the white stuff there's the capped ones. So those are the ones that are going to emerge as they're ready to emerge as yellow jackets. So you can see with my knife here, I'm trying to pick some of that. It's kind of almost like a webbing cap off of those, because that's where the yellow jackets are going to emerge from. The little worm-looking guys at the bottom here are just a middle stage larva. And if we look close in there, you see the little white dots inside of the middle of the combs. Those are the eggs, and then they get larger, and then they turn into larvae, and then they'll eventually cap, and they'll kind of get into to be actual emerge as yellow jackets here. And I thought this was super neat because if we look at the larva close up, you can see almost looks like circulation in there or something. Like you'll see it moving obviously because they're in the sun, but you see the little black part there kind of pulsing back and forth as I kind of move it around here. And again, I don't know if that's just because it's more active because I had them out here in the sun. But I mean, besides them just moving around, it almost looks like circulation back and forth. It's super neat, I think. So they're kind of clear to white. And it's just that movement of, I don't know what that would be, the circulation here. So this is the guy that just hatched. He's like, see you later. There's some little eggs that kind of came out of the middle there. So like I said, this is middle July. So really what you can see is how, this would have gone from just a few in the nest to a pretty large, pretty considerable nest here in the next week or so. And that's why typically we find that these yellow jacket, these hornet nests are enormous come August, September, because it kind of takes them a while to build up from, late spring, early summer, all the way through midsummer. But by mid to late summer, these things are their colonies can be quite massive with a couple thousand individuals in there. So definitely not the treatment for the homeowner unless you want to get under your deck and be exposed and go after these stinging insects here. So if you live in southeastern Pennsylvania and you have a yellow jacket or a hornet or a wasp issue, give Prudential Pest Solutions a call, and we have the know-how and the equipment to get that done right.